The ultimatum. The Stellar Council Assembly Hall on Harmony Point Station represented the pinnacle of galactic cooperation. Its transparent aluminum dome offered an unobstructed view of the Nexus Nebula, where 7 star systems converged in a cosmic dance. Today, that symbol of unity felt more like a cage to Ambassador Elena Vasquez. She sat at the human delegation's curved desk, her posture perfect despite the 12-hour session. Her dark hair remained neatly pinned, her navy blue diplomatic uniform crisp. To her left, Dr. Marcus Webb reviewed his notes with mathematical precision. To her right, Security Chief James Mitchell maintained his vigilant watch, though his relaxed stance fooled no one who knew him. Across the amphitheater, Supreme Arbiter Krulfax of the Dominion Alliance towered on his crystalline throne. His species, the Zorethi, resembled massive mantises carved from obsidian, their compound eyes reflecting thousands of tiny lights. Around him, representatives from the hegemony's 12-member species formed an intimidating semicircle. "The human petition stands rejected," Krulfax announced, his voice resonating through translation matrices. "Your species remains under protectorate status. All expansion beyond your designated zones requires Dominion approval." Elena stood, her movement measured. "Supreme Arbiter, humanity has demonstrated peaceful intentions for 50 Earth years. We've contributed to galactic science, aided in humanitarian crises, and followed every provision of the Integration Treaty. Our request for sovereign status reflects our growth as a species." The Takmodi delegate, a serpentine being with scales that shifted between purple and gold, interjected. "Growth? You spread like a virus, colonizing 17 systems in merely 5 decades. Your reproduction rates alarm civilized species." "Our expansion follows approved corridors," Elena responded calmly. Every colony was established in uninhabited systems, with full environmental compliance. Krulfax's mandibles clicked, a gesture of dismissal. "Compliance given under duress means nothing. Your species' violent history speaks louder than your recent restraint." Elena felt Marcus tense beside her. They'd rehearsed this moment, knowing it might come. "Our history also shows our capacity for change. We've unified our homeworld, eliminated weapons of mass destruction, and embraced peaceful exploration." "Weapons you claim to have eliminated," said Admiral Vortek of the Hadathi Fleet Command, his 4 arms folded across his barrel chest. "Yet your ships possess unusual energy signatures. Your colonies maintain suspicious deep space installations. You hide your true nature behind diplomatic smiles." The chamber filled with murmurs of agreement. Elena recognized the choreography. The Dominion had orchestrated this rejection from the beginning. They feared humanity's rapid advancement, their adaptability, their uncanny ability to innovate under pressure. "We hide nothing," Elena stated. "Our installations are research facilities. Our ships carry standard defensive systems. We've been transparent with all inspections." Krulfax raised one scythe-like arm. "Enough. The Council has decided. Humanity will remain under protectorate status indefinitely. Furthermore, new restrictions will be implemented. Your colonial expansion ends today. Your fleet movements will require prior authorization. Your research into certain technologies," his compound eyes fixed on Elena, "will cease immediately." The chamber fell silent. Elena felt the weight of the moment, the crossroads her species had reached. She touched her collar, activating the subcutaneous transmitter with a specific pressure sequence. The signal would travel through quantum entanglement to Earth Command, a simple message that would change everything. "I understand," Elena said, her voice steady. "We came seeking partnership. You offer subjugation. We hoped for trust. You give suspicion. We asked for recognition as equals. You respond with chains." She gathered her materials with deliberate calm. Marcus and Mitchell flanked her as she stepped away from the desk. "Humanity withdraws from these proceedings. We'll need time to consider your position." Krulfax's translator buzzed with what might have been satisfaction. "You have 1 solar rotation to acknowledge the new restrictions. Non-compliance will result in fleet action. Elena paused at the chamber's exit. When she turned, something in her expression made several delegates shift uncomfortably. Supreme Arbiter, you've studied our history extensively. Did you notice the pattern? We're our most innovative when cornered, our most united when threatened, our most dangerous. She smiled without warmth. When underestimated. She left without waiting for a response. 3 parsecs from Harmony Point, the UES Shadowcaster drifted in the void between stars. The carrier's hull absorbed all electromagnetic radiation, rendering it invisible to conventional sensors. Its presence here violated 7 treaties, but Admiral Sarah Chen had positioned her ship months ago, anticipating this day. The quantum alert flickered on her command display. Elena's signal. 3 pulses, 2-second intervals. Diplomatic failure. Hostile intent confirmed. All hands. This is the Admiral. Sarah's voice carried through the ship's neural network. Authentication code Sigma-77. Operation Nightfall is authorized. I repeat, Nightfall is authorized. May God have mercy on our souls. The bridge transformed. Holographic displays materialized, showing humanity's true strategic position. Not 17 colonies, 70. Not research stations, forward operating bases. Not cargo vessels, wolf packs of stealth destroyers scattered across the galaxy. Commander David Park, her executive officer, pulled up the tactical overview. Ma'am, the Dominion fleet is already mobilizing. 3 battle groups departing Zorathi Prime. Estimated arrival at Earth. 40 hours. Sarah nodded. Humanity's public fleet consisted of aging frigates and converted merchant vessels. The Dominion expected easy victory, a quick lesson to put the upstart species in its place. They didn't know about the Ghost Fleet, ships built in hidden shipyards, using technologies reverse-engineered and improved from a dozen species. Activate the quantum disruption grid, Sarah ordered. All Ghost assets to standby positions. And Commander, send the wake-up signal to Project Atlas. Park's eyes widened. Atlas was their ace, a network of automated defense platforms hidden in subspace pockets throughout human territory. Weapons that bent physics, shields that phased through dimensions, cyber warfare systems that could rewrite alien software in real time. Atlas acknowledging, Admiral. All platforms report green status. Sarah stared at the star chart, watching Dominion forces gather like storm clouds. They'd pushed humanity into a corner, forced this choice. She thought of her daughter on Earth, of billions of humans who'd hoped for peaceful integration into the galactic community. Launch reconnaissance drones to all Dominion staging areas, she commanded. I want to know every ship, every weapon, every weakness, and prepare a narrow beam transmission for Earth Command. Message as follows. The giants have awakened. The children they scorned have come of age. Authorization. Prometheus Unbound. The bridge crew worked with quiet efficiency. These men and women had trained for years in absolute secrecy, knowing this day might come. Humanity had learned from its bloody history. They'd prepared not for conquest, but for the moment when words failed and survival demanded action. Admiral. Communications Officer Lisa Torres reported, we're intercepting Dominion military traffic. They're calling this a police action. They expect resistance to collapse within hours. Sarah allowed herself a grim smile. They're about to learn why humans were apex predators on a death world. Why we survived ice ages, plagues, and our own worst nature. They wanted to see what we're hiding. Let's show them. Through the Shadowcaster's hull, quantum transmitters reached out across vast distances. In asteroid belts and gas giant moons, dormant systems awakened. Camouflaged hangars opened. Stealth fields powered up. Humanity's true fleet, silent, patient, lethal, prepared to emerge from the shadows. The Ghost Fleet lived up to its name. Like specters from humanity's warrior past, they would appear when least expected. The Dominion wanted to teach humanity a lesson about power. They were about to receive an education in survival. All stations report ready, Admiral. Park announced. Nightfall protocols fully active. The galaxy's about to meet the real human race. Sarah settled into her command chair, feeling the weight of species survival on her shoulders. Signal all ghost captains. Rules of engagement. Minimize civilian casualties. Accept surrenders, but show no mercy to those who threaten human existence. We didn't choose this fight, but by God, we'll finish it. Outside the Shadowcasters' viewports, stars wheeled in their ancient patterns, indifferent to the storm about to break. Humanity had tried diplomacy. They'd shown restraint. They'd begged for recognition as equals. Now they would demand it. The sleeping giant had awakened. The galaxy would never be the same. The demonstration. Supreme Commander Zektar of the Dominion's Third Fleet stood on the bridge of his flagship Inevitable Victory, watching his armada emerge from hyperspace. 97 warships, dreadnoughts, carriers, and destroyers, spread out in perfect formation. Their target, Earth's primary space station, Sentinel-1. Sensor sweep complete, reported his tactical officer. Human defenses as expected. 12 obsolete frigates, 1 converted carrier, and approximately 30 civilian vessels evacuating the station. Zektar's 4 eyes narrowed with satisfaction. The humans would learn their place today. Order the frigates to stand down. 1 warning. If they resist, destroy them. Commander, the sensor officer's voice cracked with urgency. Massive energy surge detected. Unknown origin. Space itself seemed to shudder. A rippling wall of distorted reality swept across the Dominion fleet. Shields flickered and died. Engines sputtered. Weapon systems went offline. Report, Zektar demanded. It's some kind of quantum disruption field. Our technology is being selectively disabled. Shields, weapons, faster-than-light communications, all non-functional. Life support and basic systems remain active. As if on cue, space around the Dominion fleet erupted with arriving ships. Not the outdated vessels they'd expected, but sleek predators that seemed to bend light around them. The human ghost fleet materialized like nightmares given form. This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Force. A human voice broadcast across all channels. Your aggressive intentions have been noted. Your fleet has been neutralized. Stand down and prepare to be boarded. Zektar's mandibles clacked in fury. Impossible. Deploy fighters. Activate. Your fighters won't launch, Chen continued calmly. Your weapons won't fire. Your shields won't activate. We've studied your technology for 50 years, learned its every weakness. You wanted to see human military capability. Consider this a demonstration. The human ships moved with impossible coordination, taking positions that completely surrounded the Dominion fleet. Zektar noticed something chilling. Not a single human weapon was aimed at his ships. They didn't need to be. The message was clear. We could destroy you at any moment. We choose not to. Back at Harmony Point, chaos reigned in the Stellar Council chamber. Reports flooded in from across the galaxy. Dominion fleets found themselves surrounded by human ships that appeared from nowhere. Military installations discovered they were in the targeting solutions of human weapons platforms they couldn't detect. Most disturbing of all, critical Dominion systems began displaying messages. Under human observation. Stand by. Ambassador Elena Vasquez re-entered the chamber, but she wasn't alone. Behind her marched 50 humans in military uniform, led by General Michael Thompson of the Strategic Defense Initiative. Their presence on Harmony Point, a supposedly neutral station, sent ripples of fear through the assembled delegates. Esteemed colleagues, Elena began, her voice carrying new authority. The Dominion Alliance chose to answer our request for sovereignty with threats of military action. They've discovered that humanity is no longer the naive species that first ventured into space. Supreme Arbiter Krulithax rose from his throne, his compound eyes blazing. This is an act of war. You dare bring military forces into this sacred chamber. Elena's smile held no warmth. War. We've taken no hostile action. We've fired no weapons. We've merely demonstrated that your fleets are combat ineffective against human technology. Consider it a peaceful revelation of capability. Peaceful. Vortek of the Hadathi sputtered. You've crippled our ships. General Thompson stepped forward. Your ships are unharmed, merely disabled. Their crews are safe. We could have destroyed every vessel, eliminated your entire military infrastructure in minutes. Instead, we chose restraint. The question you should ask is, why? Elena activated the chamber's central hologram. The galaxy map transformed, showing humanity's true extent. Hidden colonies, concealed fleets, cloaked defense networks. The scope staggered the assembly. 50 years ago, Elena explained, humanity entered the galactic community with hope. We share our art, our culture, our dreams of cooperation. You saw weakness. You imposed restrictions, limitations, subjected us to constant surveillance and suspicion. The map zoomed to show Earth, so we adapted. Every restriction you placed taught us to hide our capabilities. Every inspection showed us your technological limitations. Every condescending lecture about our violent nature reminded us why we needed to prepare for this day. Dr. Marcus Webb joined them, pulling up technical schematics. Our quantum disruption technology doesn't just disable your systems, it rewrites them. Right now, every Dominion computer core contains dormant human code. We could activate it at any time, take control of your entire infrastructure. Horrified whispers filled the chamber. The TACMODI delegate scales shifted to a sickly green. This is impossible. Our encryption, our security protocols, are based on mathematical principles we mastered 30 years ago. Webb finished. Your mistake was assuming our public technological development reflected our true capabilities. While you watched our visible research, our hidden programs advanced beyond your comprehension. Krulfax's voice trembled with rage and fear. What do you want? Elena's expression softened slightly. What we've always wanted. Recognition. Sovereignty. The right to expand and explore without seeking permission like children. The chance to contribute to galactic civilization as equals, not subjects. General Thompson added, you have 1 hour to deliberate. Accept humanity as a sovereign power with full council rights, or we'll withdraw from the galactic community entirely. Your choice. The Hadathi admiral leaned forward. And if we refuse, will you conquer us? Elena shook her head. Conquest has never been our goal. If you refuse, we'll simply isolate ourselves. The quantum disruption field can be expanded to encompass all human space. Your ships won't be able to enter. Your communications won't penetrate. We'll become ghosts in the galaxy, invisible and unreachable. She paused, letting the implications sink in. But consider this. If humanity withdraws, who will answer the next distress call from a developing species? Who will provide humanitarian aid during natural disasters? Who will share medical breakthroughs or agricultural innovations? We've contributed more to galactic civilization in 50 years than some species have in centuries. The silence stretched until Krulfax spoke again, his tone subdued. You planned this from the beginning. No, Elena replied. We hoped for acceptance. We prepared for rejection. Your species evolved in stable environments with predictable threats. Humans evolved on a world that tried to kill us daily. We learned to hope for the best while preparing for the worst. An hour later, the Stellar Council reconvened. Gone was the Dominion's arrogance, replaced by wary respect. The vote was unanimous. Humanity would be recognized as a sovereign power with full council membership. As the formal declarations were signed, Elena found herself standing beside Krulfax. The towering insectoid studied her with new understanding. We misjudged your species, he admitted. We saw your rapid advancement as dangerous ambition. We didn't recognize it as survival adaptation. Elena nodded. The irony is that your restrictions made us stronger. Your suspicion taught us secrecy. Your threats forced us to innovate. In trying to cage humanity, you created the very power you feared. What happens now? Krelthax asked. Your hidden fleets, your quantum weapons, will you dismantle them? No, Elena replied honestly, but we won't use them for conquest. They'll remain as guarantors of peace. The galaxy has learned that humanity can be trusted as friends. Now they know we're too dangerous to have as enemies. Across the galaxy, quantum disruption fields powered down. Dominion ships came back online, their crews shaken but unharmed. The Ghost Fleet began returning to hidden bases, vanishing as mysteriously as they had appeared. On Earth, Admiral Chen watched the news feeds as celebrations erupted across human worlds. They'd achieved sovereignty not through war, but through the mere demonstration of capability. The galaxy now knew that humanity's restraint came from strength, not weakness. Orders, Admiral. Commander Park asked. Sarah leaned back in her chair, exhaustion finally showing. Stand down to Condition 2. Maintain surveillance protocols. And Commander, begin preparations for Phase 3. Phase 3, ma'am. Now that we're equals, it's time to show them what human cooperation really looks like. New technologies, joint exploration missions, shared defense initiatives. We've shown them the stick. Time to offer the carrot. Epilogue. 1 year later, Ambassador Elena Vasquez stood in the same chamber where humanity had won its sovereignty. The gathering was different now, a celebration of the Terran Galactic Cooperation Treaty. Former adversaries worked side by side, sharing technologies and resources. Supreme Arbiter Krelthax approached. His manner markedly changed. Ambassador, the Dominion Science Council has finished analyzing your quantum disruption technology. It's revolutionary. The applications for peaceful use are staggering. Elena smiled genuinely. That's always been our way. The same knowledge that creates weapons can heal, build, and explore. We're happy to share it, as equals. Your species continues to surprise us, Krelthax mused. For beings from such a violent world, you show remarkable wisdom. Perhaps because of our world, not despite it, Elena suggested. We learned early that cooperation leads to survival, that today's enemy might be tomorrow's crucial ally. We chose to evolve beyond our violent origins. Through the transparent dome, the Nexus Nebula sparkled with ancient light. Ships from a dozen species worked together on humanity's latest project, a massive exploration vessel designed to push beyond the galaxy's known borders. The children of Earth had claimed their place among the stars. They'd shown that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their weapons or technology, but their ability to transform adversaries into allies, to choose wisdom over vengeance, to demonstrate power while exercising restraint. The galaxy had learned to respect humanity. More importantly, it had learned to trust them. The future, once clouded by suspicion and fear, now blazed with infinite possibility. The peace talks had failed. In their failure, something far greater had been born, a new age of true cooperation, with humanity not as subjects or conquerors, but as partners in the vast adventure of existence. In the end, the galaxy discovered what humanity had always known. Sometimes the most powerful response to aggression isn't violence. It's the demonstration of such overwhelming capability that violence becomes unnecessary. The stars awaited. Humanity was finally free to explore them.